Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Injection Insight with Aaron. I'm Aaron.
I'm Lisa.
And this episode is going to be great. We're going to be talking all things summer and preparing for summer and getting summer ready and all that
We
jazz.
are excited.
Yes.
Excited for summertime. So yeah, just kind of procedures that you can do, getting ready. A lot of people travel, obviously, for summertime, and maybe the time frame you should start some of these treatments before you go on your vacations or your travel.
Absolutely. So right now we're in that weird transition where it's not quite summer, but we're getting there. So it's starting to get warm. So I always tell people in regards to that, right? You want to do all of these procedures that you want to stay away from the sun. You want to do them now before it gets sunny all day, every day, right?
Yeah.
So stuff like chemical peels, anything like what would be microneedling, and those kind of procedures you want to do now, because you're gonna see the benefit during summer, but you want to make sure that you do them before summer. So the chemical peels take about 7 days?
About 7 days, and I think this is a good time because you're wanting to slough off all that stuff from the winter, all that dead skin, whatever, and you want that nice glow in the summertime. So yes, do a chemical peel. Obviously, use your sunscreen and stuff afterwards, but it's safe to do right now. It definitely is, and so you're gonna have that downtime about 7 weeks, but after that, you'll be good to go.
And for that being said, how many do you recommend that somebody does?
I mean, we always kind of recommend a series of 3, but even one's going to do a lot of good work for you. So
I agree with that. I do think one is better than none, right?
Definitely.
3 would be recommended, and always do aftercare. That's the biggest for me would be aftercare, because if you go and you do a chemical peel and then you go outside and you go in the sun, you don't wear sunscreen, you're sunbathing with baby oil. I don't know if people still do that. And just, you're just going to bring back all that pigment and you're just going to destroy your skin again. So making sure that if you're taking the time to do the chemical peel or taking the time to do the procedure, spending all that money, do the proper aftercare. Come and ask us what serums you should be using after, what sunscreens you should be using after, because that will affect it.
It definitely will. And we do the VI peel, and with the VI peel, you'll get a complete kit to take home. And that has your cleanser, moisturizer, and sunscreen in it. So, and that lasts you well over the week. So you'll be good to go.
Yeah. I love those serums. It comes with a sunscreen. I love the sunscreen.
It's good for travel too. You could just throw it in your bag. Yeah.
Exactly. So in jumping off of that, same thing with the microneedling. Microneedling is amazing. It's going to help tighten the skin, help with fine lines and wrinkles, break up some of that pigment that you may have that you want to try and slough off. But aftercare.
Yeah.
Wear that sunscreen.
Yeah.
Wear the sunscreen. Hydrate with hyaluronic acid or any type of hydrating serum in the evening. Very important.
And then body-wise, what do you think? I know here we do the cavitation machine, so that's going to kind of help tighten everything.
Yeah, so you could do the body cavitation. That is something that you want to start early because it's not an overnight treatment. It takes time for it to burn and melt away that fat. But we do offer the body cavitation, and then also with that, you can also do the radio frequency for the body to tighten the skin. So you're burning the fat. In addition to that, you're also radio frequency tightening the skin. So a combination would be great.
Those are mainly like once a week, right?
Yes, you want to do that once a week, and you want to do that for a few months. So
yeah. Well, if they're going on vacation, it would maybe 4 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, once again, something is better than nothing.
Yeah, true.
Right? It's going to definitely help tighten it. Also, your diet and making sure you're eating healthy in addition to that.
Yes. So that all goes with that glowing skin that you're trying to have. And then, of course, we all want our Botox and our filler to look our best.
So with the Botox, always you want to give it 2 weeks before anything. So if you're going to go on leaving to go on a trip or a cruise or whatever you're going to do for the summer, I hope you have fun when you do it. But give it 2 weeks, come in, do your Botox, give it 2 weeks before any trip. So in case you need to do a touch-up or any kind of adjustment to it, you could do it before the trip because nobody wants to have an issue right before an event.
Yeah. And then, of course, with the filler, the bruising. So you want the swelling to go down, the bruising to go down.
Yeah. Before any trip, you want to make sure you want to do at least 10 days before to 2 weeks before as well, because once again, that bruising can happen and sometimes there's nothing we can do about it. It's just time,
Yeah.
So nobody
Everybody's
wants
body reacts differently too to it. So,
exactly.
and then with traveling, of course, we always get dehydrated, right? So,
Mhm.
an IV treatment is always good before
Yes.
and when you get back.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
offer IV therapy, and we offer the immunity one for people that are like sick or they're worried they might get sick. So we always suggest that if you're going on a trip or when you come back from a trip, just to make sure that you didn't catch anything or
Yeah.
you need your body to fight off anything that it may be fighting off. So
Yeah.
definitely doing some IV therapy here would be great.
That's good.
Yeah. So with that being said, right, we've discussed some treatments, that I would recommend. So the Botox, the filler, making sure you're waiting, and all of that. But that's from the medical point of view
Hmm.
and and that aspect. So you being our amazing esthetician here at Derma Beauty, and so many things for skin, different treatments. So let's dive into some of your stuff.
I think definitely before vacations, like I said, you want that nice glowy skin. One of my personal favorites is the dermaplaning facial. And I think a lot of people get nervous with that because it is shaving the face in a sense. So they feel like the hair is going to grow back. But
Okay,
I-
so jumping off of that,
yeah,
can you debunk this?
yes,
Does the hair grow back thicker,
no.
and will you end up with a mustache?
No, it drives
Okay.
me insane. Like I don't say talk my clients into it, but I just try to educate them. Don't pressure them in any way because obviously if you're not comfortable
Yeah.
with it, then that's fine. But I swear so anyways, the face on your hair is different hair. It's vellus hair. So it's very soft and fine. So it grows back the exact same way it already was there.
Okay.
I personally do mine once a month. I don't feel like I have a mustache or a
No.
beard or anything, so I'm good. But what I love about it so much is it really does get all that hair off and then exfoliates the skin. I do see a lot of dead skin coming off with that, and your skin is just glowing. Your makeup's going to go on so good. Your moisturizers, your serums are going to be able to penetrate into the skin a lot better because you've exfoliated and there's no kind of barrier there.
I'm glad we were able to debunk that because I
I
hear
love
that
it.
all the time. All the time.
And
I see
then
it on Instagram,
on
TikTok.
everything, I
Yeah.
know. But every time I do it on a client, their skin is just so glowy and dewy, and they are all happy afterwards.
So now that we were able to debunk that, right?
Yes.
I'm so glad.
Yeah.
What other let's talk about any other like facial procedures that you would say like that you would recommend prior to say somebody going to a trip to, I don't know, Hawaii, right? What would you say they should do?
I would definitely suggest a hydrofacial as well because again, it's just a hydration. You're plumping up that skin, you're moisturizing, you're going to get that nice glowy, dewy look.
It's a
Can't
hard one.
speak.
That's a
I
hard
know.
one.
But anything like that, light exfoliation. You don't want to do anything, I guess. I mean, you can do the peels and stuff, but of course, that's that downtime. So if you don't have that week or whatever to recover before your vacation and you're looking to do something maybe just a few days before you leave, just a light exfoliation, the dermaplaning facial, a hydrofacial. And we have a lot of products here as well that just are calming and soothing that would really work well with
Yeah,
skin
I love that
before
we
you
have,
travel.
yeah, we have different options. We have like the all natural,
Hmm.
organic versions of stuff. We have the more anti-aging treatments
Yeah.
and stuff. So we definitely here have a lot of different options for people.
And we do just try to customize everything as well. So
Yeah.
whatever your skin needs, because not, some people need acne, they're breaking out, they're stressed out before a trip. So we can definitely handle that as well.
Yeah, I know for speaking on personal experience, before I started using the products that we have here, during the summer, I would just use any sunscreen. We're talking my kids' sunscreens, anything that like literally their sunscreen, I put it on my face, I would break out.
Yeah.
Like no matter what, every single time. But it comes back to my own education because I didn't understand
Yeah.
that not all sunscreens are created equally.
Equally.
Some are more professional. There's different things to them. For me, I was like, oh, okay, whatever, and it was a disaster. And then
Yeah.
only now I understand, and I don't break out with any sunscreens that we use here anymore.
That's
ever.
good. And even for your face, your body, it should be kind of different sunscreens,
Yeah.
because your face is different. And we carry Image skincare here. And I know when we first got the sunscreen, they have several different sunscreens. You tried one and you didn't like it. We switched it up and then you liked it a lot better.
I
So,
have a thing about the oily. So
Mhm.
one of them was just very oily. It wasn't my jam, which that's fine. But then
but that's why they have several different ones because
exactly.
they
The other one
accommodate
was
everybody.
more
Yeah.
mineral was the mineral
No,
one. That
I think
was,
so. Yeah. So there's options though, and just reading the labels and knowing what you need. A few other things that I think are great if you're traveling that are going to be low maintenance is a lash lift and tint. You don't have to do the tint, obviously, but a lash lift is nice just because it's natural looking. It's going to hold that curl for you. It does not add any length or volume like lash extensions would, but very low maintenance, and it would last you if you're going on a long trip.
So if I had or you had a client that came in, did a lash lift and tint, and they go to Hawaii in 2 days, and they jump in the pool, when they come out, what's gonna happen? Will it look the same, or will it like?
No, it'll look the same. With the lash lift, it'll look the same. It just holds that curl.
Nice.
Whereas lash extensions, which I'm not going to bash on because I've been doing them for years, I do them on myself and I do them on other people. With those, you just have to be more careful. So jumping in pools, lakes, this and that, you have to kind of rinse it with fresh water afterwards. You have to dry them. It's just more maintenance. So if you're looking for something that's just very low maintenance, easy, I think that's the way to go. And it lasts a long time. So the curl will last you 6 to 8 weeks.
And can you do that for the brows?
Not a lift, but you could do the brow lamination, which is also a good one too. People with thinner brows, you could do the lamination. It just gives it that fuller look.
So
you could do a tint as well.
What is a brow lamination? Can you explain that?
So it's softening the hairs to where you can brush them up easier, and it makes them fuller.
And do you have yours laminated right now?
I did them last night.
They look amazing.
Thank you. But yes, you can tint them, and that'll help hold that color, especially if you have lighter hair. All these things are just going to make your day-to-day waking up in the morning easier on vacation, especially if you're somewhere like Hawaii or a tropical place. Like, you don't want to wear a lot of makeup. You kind of just want to wake up and go.
For me, like, I'm a male. Obviously, I don't do all of the things that the women do with the face, but I can imagine it must be daunting to have to wake up and do all of that, and then you go in a pool and it messes everything up, or you don't get to go in the pool because you don't want to mess it up, so it kind of limits you. So I know if it was me, I would want to do all of that in advance, so I don't have to worry. I could jump in the beach, jump in the pool, and not stress.
Yeah. And so more for the esthetician side, obviously there's not that much downtime to these procedures that I talked about. So these are all things that you can do, like I said, a few days before your vacation. So you're nice and fresh and you're ready to go.
And on average, how long would you say that the procedures take, the treatments? Sorry.
Different. Well, I would say an hour for pretty much each one. Yeah, the brow lamination's actually very quick, but the lash lift will take 45 minutes to an hour. Very relaxing, though. You're just laying there the whole time, and we make it relaxing. And then, of course, the facial is an hour.
Okay. And the maintenance for those?
A facial, they say every 4 to 6 weeks. That's a lot for most people. So maybe 6 to 8 weeks. But I do think before your trip, and depending on where you're going or how your skin is feeling when you get back, you can always do one when you get back as well. Cleaning out those pores again, hydrating again after travel. I think it would always be good.
Yeah, plus to just kind of reset your skin.
Right. Yeah. And again, with the lash lift and tint, that lasts typically about 6 to 8 weeks.
6 to 8 weeks.
Those procedures that I personally talked about, those can be done right before. Your procedures, obviously, you need a little bit more time and planning with that. So just keeping that in mind.
Yeah, so you just want to make sure that you plan in advance for my, more medical procedures, because you want to make sure that you don't want to do something or have to do something while you're on vacation. So you want to make sure that you plan in accordance to your vacation, so your Botox is done, any adjustments are corrected if need be, your fillers, there's no bruising, nothing that you need to adjust. So when you're there on vacation, you are on vacation. You're fully, there. You're submerged in it. So you don't want to be like, oh my gosh, well, I still didn't do the crow's feet over here. Let me go find some local med spa and who knows what they're going to do and put something in my face. You want to do it at your place that you trust, you feel comfortable with, you've done your research in. You don't want to go to any random place.
You've already done all of your right paperwork, everything.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's great.
So with that being said, it has been an amazing episode, another great one. Thank you all for listening. We appreciate it. Everybody that's been watching, please make sure that you like, subscribe, share, tell your friends about us, DM us with any questions. We're here to answer them. And we look forward to to being on the next episode.
And we are here if you're ready to book your appointments before your trip. And we also, just to mention, we have our code SUMMER50 for $50 off of any of the services that we talked about. And of course, we have other ones that we didn't talk about. So give us a call, use that code, and we're here to help. Thanks.